Hello again, everyone. Continuing on the Colt series. This time we have out on the table, the workbench, a Colt Diamondback and 22 long rifle. The Diamondback was basically built as a miniature Python. However, it's not finished to the degree a Python would be, with its bright blue, and the fine-tuning of the action is not quite as good. However, if you ever have a chance to handle a Diamondback, you'll see that the action is extremely nice on these guns. The action functions exactly the same, however, just not tuned to the high standards of the Python. These guns were built from 1996 up until 1991. Several finishes: bright blue, bright nickel, and electroless nickel was also what Colt used to call Colt Guard, was also used on them. 2.5, 4, and 6 inches. This is a 4-inch version. The 2.5 and the 4-inch version, like this one, have a front sight that is machined right out of the barrel itself, with the 6-inch being a pin like the Python, but it's a single pin rather than the 2 pins that the Python has. The 2 calibers, 22 and 38 special. This is, of course, like I said, the 22, but there was some claim that they were made in 22 Magnum also, and that was never officially done. As many as some say about 20 were made. They were actually mismarked barrels, and guns that will chamber the 22 Magnum were rechambered by owners are actually not legitimate. And the Colt shows that no 22 Magnums were ever shipped, and nobody at Colt will admit that there ever was one. But so if you have a 22 Magnum marked gun, it could be one of the rare 20 or so that got out of the factory with that designation, or it was made by somebody. There's a nickel finish, which are very, very rare. Only about 2,200 of them were made. They have the 2.5 or 6-inch barrels, very, very limited. They were the 38 Special was popular with police detectives, actually. So it's basically a detective special with a barrel resembling a Python on it. Get it up here and start taking a look at it. And in fact, the barrel was made on the same equipment that the Python barrel was made on. Here we go. 20 Diamondback 22 long rifle. You can see that front sight sheened on. Similar configuration to the Python barrel, and many of the other snake guns have that extended crown on them. And this gun has been used quite a bit. The grips are a new old stock grip. The original grips, sorry, bumping my camera, had a pretty bad warp in them, so I elected to use these because this is a gun I do fire. You can see it's got some use on it, so some of the collector's value from a pristine point of view are gone. A little bit of holster wear, very little. We'll go ahead and open this one up since I'm not afraid to. See the fine machining Colt put into their snake guns, the rebated cylinders. We start getting to the other higher end snake guns, you'll really see where that becomes evident. The action on this gun is absolutely marvelous. You can see it does have the firing pin mounted on the hammer. And I can't recall the build date on this firearm. I would have to have it written down, but unfortunately I don't have that in my notes, and I'm not going to spout off an incorrect date. I believe It was 1979 is what I want to say on it, if I remember correctly, but don't hold me to that build date. Of course, you can see the larger target grips on this one. The service grips again are the small, slender style grips, more like the detective special type grips that the shorter barrel would have had, rather than this long barrel. So basically, it's a miniature python, just not finished quite to the degree of the pythons of the era. The values of these are very high, though, particularly in 22 long rifle, due to the fact of they're a snake gun, 2, they're a Colt, and 3, it just looks like a python, only a little bit smaller. This is the D-frame, Colt's D-frame. Don't get it confused with Smith & Wesson's D-frame, or they did the two frames just did not interchange in sizes in them. Again, I'm wearing gloves because I don't like cleaning the fingerprints off of them. A bit of, show you the roll marks up close once again. So there we have it. It also has the adjustable rear sights also. Another difference from the detective special type guns. The wide trigger type hammer. You don't see that on guns too often anymore. The sight, incidentally, is called the Acro sight, which is a Colt trademark, I believe. So there we go. Another of the snake guns in the Colt lineup. Stay tuned. We'll hit another snake gun in our Colts, and along with several others. And hope you enjoy this series. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.